Good day and welcome. My name is Rik. I'm a historical person and your guide to the past. But how did I become a historical person? I hear you ask, or imagine I hear you ask. Well, it's not a particularly complicated story, and I'm going to cover it in the next minute or two, which should give you some ideas about how to become a reenactor, a historical interpreter, a living historian, if that's something that you're interested in, a path you're interested in exploring, a hobby that you'd like to take up. My journey started in January of 2007 when I joined the King's Army of the English Civil War Society for a march through Whitehall to mark the horrid murder of our martyred king. However, that's not what I thought I was there for. You see, I answered an advert from something called Free Cycle, which advertised all sorts of things that people were getting rid of, inviting me to join a journey down to London to watch a historical march. And I knew that I liked such things, so I signed up for that. But somewhere between leaving Birmingham at dark 100 hours and arriving at Whitehall, at the centre of London, shortly before dawn or shortly after dawn, that had transformed to taking part. And I had a great time. I met some wonderful people. They were really warm, really welcoming. It was a lot of fun. I felt like I achieved something. I still feel like that every time I go, and I'm still not quite sure why. And I greatly enjoy it. So that was the start of my proper reenactment career. Except that I had tried to become a reenactor before. I tried to sign up with a Napoleonic regiment, despite the fact that I wear a beard and I would have had to shave it. And that Napoleonic kit is very, very expensive and beautiful. But I read a lot of Sharp and I watched a lot of Sharp, and I wanted to sort of be Sharp, as did everybody of my generation, of my degree of nerdiness. But that also wasn't really the start of my reenactment journey, because I had taken part in one before. We were on holiday in Yorkshire, and myself, my brother and my friend ended up signing up somehow to join a Civil War regiment in a little skirmish in the castle. I still don't really know how it happened. It was good fun. I don't really know what was going on. That was the first time I shot a musket, which was good fun as well. But before that, I have some memories, some of which are definitely true, some of which may be composites, of sweeping Civil War battles, of Vikings fighting, of Romans drilling, and particularly of a lady in period clothes welcoming me to a castle, which is an incident that I don't know is actually true or not, and the only person that I could possibly share that with would be my mother, and fortunately she's passed on. But regardless of its truth, that incident in my memory is the thing that started my love of castles, of historical places. I suspect that I had an inclination long before then, though. But 2007 was the start of my journey, and since then I've joined other groups. I cover just around 1,000 years, one way or another, professionally. But when I started university, and I was a very mature undergraduate, or a very old undergraduate. I wasn't really very mature, considering some of the shenanigans I got up to, which mostly, in fairness, involved working and reading a lot of books. But I joined the University Battle Reenactment Society, and through them became part of the local group, which was part of a national society. And through that, I've done everything from the Battle of Hastings through to the Battle of Evesham. So lots and lots of good stuff there. And university is a really good way of getting into it, or more specifically, a localish group, because that gives you a support network of people that you can call on. Through that, through actually my first group, for the person that got me into it, invited me to take part in some other bits, so some TV extra work for horrible histories, but also for doing some background work in TV advertising, for paid roles at museums, going into schools occasionally, and through some of the other people I met doing some of these paid and sometimes voluntary gigs. I've now developed a little network of some excellent historical people, some excellent performers and historians, and people that are great at engaging with the public. and through them I've got some work, and through myself and my own context I've got some work, and now being a historical person is becoming my main income, so do feel free to hire me. So that should give you an idea of my journey in a few minutes. Yours might well be different, and if you're interested in historical recreation, then this series of videos will hopefully be of some use. Over the next ones, I'm going to define what battle reenactment is, living history is, historical interpretation is, how they refer to each other, and whilst they are quite arbitrary, they're useful terms for me and might be useful for you to get some language to look into the hobby. It'll also look for some first steps, some suggestions as to how you could get involved if that's something you're interested in, and some advice for people new to the hobby. Everybody wants to buy a sword because swords are cool, but sometimes you're better off with a piece of soft kit. And I do recommend pants over swords. Anyway, that's it for today. If you liked it, please do like it. If you thought it'd be useful to somebody, please do share it. If you want to stay informed and want to keep up to date with what's going on, please subscribe or follow me on Twitter, and I'm on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can find where I am across the country, as long as you're in the UK. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to be in your country. Meanwhile, that's it for today. So till next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay historical.